Hey everyone, Strategy Gaming Dojo here, and as we speculated the other day, indeed, Total War Warhammer 3 will be coming out late in 2021. That was announced today by Sega and Creative Assembly when they dropped this trailer that you see before you. This trailer has generated a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz. It's a very well done trailer. It's very cinematic. Of course, at this point, Creative Assembly and Sega have printed money from this franchise for years, and they can put together one heck of a trailer. Now, this trailer shows the two new factions that will be available in Warhammer 3. The first one you're seeing right now, and that is Kislev. Now, if you are not familiar with what these games are based around, or Warhammer Fantasy in general, the basic idea is this. Games Workshop has tabletop games. They have two huge IPs. They have one that's called Warhammer 40,000, and that is a sci-fi spacefaring, it's a galaxy-wide kind of idea. Okay, so that's futuristic. It does have a long history, but it's futuristic. Their other big IP is Warhammer Fantasy, and that is sort of a think Lord of the Rings kind of idea. There are elves and dwarves, but then there are all these different factions of men, okay? There are also different demons that haunt the world, I guess you would say. They're on a different plane, but sometimes they can come to this world. And so one of these factions you're seeing in this trailer is Kislev, and this was a faction that many people wanted to see in this game. It's a popular faction, and it is largely based on Russian lore and mythology. And so the guys at Games Workshop based a lot of the human-based factions on, cultures that are on Earth now. And so Kislev is based largely and loosely around Russian lore and Russian mythology. So you saw ice, you saw, Siberia, looking places, you saw bears. That is Kislev, and a lot of people were really hoping that Kislev would be in the game. The other faction that was announced today is Cathay, and Cathay really, I don't know if it was a surprise, but it's got a lot of people excited as well. Cathay is largely based around Chinese culture, and it's no surprise that Creative Assembly would try to tap into what is a very fast growing Chinese gaming market. I'm seeing now that on Steam, many times the best selling games of the day will be Chinese, not just Chinese, based games, Chinese language games. And so that's really a huge sea change, no pun intended, um, in the gaming industry. And so it's no surprise that Creative Assembly would go to the faction that's largely based on Chinese culture, Chinese mythology. And in Cathay, you're likely to see dragons. There is a dragon king. There is a monkey king. Well, there's a dragon lord and a monkey king. Okay, and so you're likely to see those two, and maybe even a third legendary lord, and we can get into that at a different time. But essentially, they announced today Kislev, they announced Cathay, they overall announced a brand new Total War Warhammer 3. So fans of that franchise have got to be ecstatic. Fans of Warhammer and the Warhammer Fantasy Universe are certainly excited with the two factions that they have picked to really showcase here. So anyway, I just wanted to do a follow-up since we talked about this the other day and said, hey, maybe this game is coming out. It will be coming out, and Creative Assembly will, I know, try to do everything they can to get this out by Christmas time 2021. And we will likely play it here, or at least look at it in depth when it does drop. So this is Strategy Gaming Dojo. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you next time.